In the previous classes, we have discussed regarding the half part of module 2, that is, we have discussed on the design of sievers, that is, what is the effects of variation on a velocity, what is the design of siever, hydraulic formula for velocity, then hydraulic elements for a circular siever which is flowing under full and partial flow conditions, that we have discussed in the previous class. Now we are going to cover with the remaining the half part of module 2, that is the disposal of effluents by dilution. Now first we will see what is dilution, then the disposal of effluents by dilution, then self purification, then what is the self purification phenomena, then oxygen sac curve, okay, then zones of purification, sewage farming, sewage sickness, and the numerical problems related with the disposal of effluents and the Stetter's equation that we are going to discuss in this particular module, that is the half part of second module. Now in this half part of second module, both the theoretical as well as both the problems are more important, because here you are going to get the variety of the problems and also the most important type of a theory question both will be asked in your main exam. So now let us discuss regarding what are the methods of wastewater disposal. Right now, when we are going to dispose the wastewater from our household and all, we are going to dispose it into the sewers. Right now, when we are going to dispose it into the sewers, we won't give any kind of a treatment, but when we are going to liberate a huge quantity of water into say we are going to have the various methods in the wastewater disposal, when we are going to give dispose the huge quantity of wastewater, we will be utilizing these different methods. Now the methods of wastewater disposal are, first one is a natural method, artificial method, then combined method. Now what is natural method? In the natural method, when we are going to dispose the wastewater, we follow, first thing is we are going to have the dilution. Okay, now what is dilution and all we will see in later in detail. Now next is by the land treatment. Natural methods of disposal, either we are going to dispose it to the water bodies or we are going to dispose it to the land. So these are the different two methods. In the dilution, what we exactly do is, with the wastewater we are going to dispose it to the water body like your river, stream, lake, sea, like we are going to dispose it into the receiving water body. So that is nothing but your dilution. Now next is by the land treatment. The wastewater directly, instead of giving it to the water body, we are going to dispose it into the land. That is nothing but the second method, that is the by land treatment. Then the third method, that is an artificial method. In the artificial method, we are going to give the water the primary treatment such as a sedimentation, removal of all the your large settleable and floating elements that we are going to do. That is the artificial method. Before disposing, we are going to give this primary treatment. Next is the secondary treatment, which involves the biological treatment such as a trickling filter, activated sludge process, oxidation pond, etc., which is involved here in the secondary treatment. Then the third one is the combined treatment, primary treatment and the disposal of natural method, that we are going first in the primary treatment, whatever the larger floating elements, suspended particles, right, whatever it is there, we are going to remove it, and then we are going to dispose it to the natural method, either by the land treatment or by the dilution method. Now here we have studied the different methods of wastewater disposal. Now we are going to concentrate on the natural methods of wastewater disposal, that is we are going to concentrate on these two, and rather than the by land treatment, we are going to give more concentration towards the dilution. Now what is when we are going to discuss in detail regarding the dilution, first we should understand what is dilution. Now when the wastewater, right, when the wastewater which is coming out from either say the collected the wastewater from your municipalities, when we are going to dispose it, right, to the receiving water body, right, receiving water body such as a stream, lake, river, it might be either from the industry or either might be the municipal or a drainage water, whatever they are going to collect, they need to dispose it, right. So if they are going to dispose this waste water to the receiving water body like stream, lake, river and sea. Now what is happening here? The quantity of wastewater as compared to the receiving water bodies like stream, lake, river, sea. You know that how much quantity of water will be there in the stream, lake, river and sea. There will be a huge quantity of water will be there in these water bodies as compared to the wastewater which you are going to discharge it either from industry, either from your drainage, right? So what you are going to do is, here the quantity of wastewater, it will be quite lesser than the receiving water body, right? When you are going to discharge the wastewater which is having quite lesser quantity than receiving water body, now what is happening here is the wastewater is going to enter and it is going to mix with the receiving water body which is in a huge quantity, right? Which is going to be in a huge quantity. So what is going to happen here? Here before discharging, the concentration of this wastewater was very high, right? Might be a BOD, might be 3000, 2000, whatever it might be that quantity of BOD. When you are going to discharge it to the receiving body, what is going to happen, right? Here is you are going to have the fresh water, right, which is not that much polluted, or which is slightly it is having some pollution. Now here it is either clear or might be having some amount of impurities, right? When you are going to discharge such a huge high concentration of a wastewater, when you are going to discharge it into the receiving water body which is either it is less polluted, right? When you are going to discharge it, now what is happening here? The mixing of both the water, the less polluted water and more polluted water will be there. Now what is going to happen here? The mixing of both the wastewater is going to happen and the concentration of this wastewater, right, it is going to get reduced here. The mixing, proper mixing of the wastewater is going to happen with the receiving water body. It is might be less polluted or very low polluted or not polluted, right? When such a clear water, when it is going to mix with the wastewater, what is going to happen? The concentration of this wastewater is going to get reduces when it is going to mix with each other. So here what dilution is happening, right? What is the dilution then? Then wastewater, when a small quantity of wastewater, when it reaches the large quantity of a receiving water body, right, the concentration of a wastewater is going to be get reduced. Instead of 3000 over here, might be it may reduce up to 200 mg per liter of BOD after mixing. So this is going to happen when you are going to have the dilution. The smaller quantity of wastewater, you are going to mix it with the larger quantity of a receiving water body either from stream, lake, river, in order to reduce the concentration of the wastewater which is coming out from either industry or either might be the drainage or might be any of the sources. You are going to reducing the concentration of this wastewater and you are going to dispose. In order to dispose this wastewater, what you are going to do? You are going to dispose it to the receiving water body. So after this wastewater is going to received into this receiving water body, the mixture of this receiving water body, the mixture of this wastewater and the receiving water body, the concentration of the wastewater is going to be get reduced. This is nothing but called as an dilution. The lesser quantity of wastewater you are going to mix with the large quantity of a receiving water body, so that the concentration of the wastewater is going to be reduced after mixing with it. That is nothing but called as a dilution. But why we do it? Suppose if the more concentrated of wastewater, if you are going to dispose it into the say smaller quantity of a receiving water body, then what would have happened? Right? The concentration of the receiving water body would have increased. So in order to dispose the wastewater, what we are going to do is we are going to give the preliminary treatment such as removal of suspended floating and larger floating elements. We are going to do it. We may reduce the BOD also. And then we are going to dispose it to the receiving water body. So in order to dispose the wastewater. So this is by dilution. The dilution, the first method of wastewater disposal is by the natural method. That is nothing but the dilution. I hope the dilution method is clear. Now, and this particular picture is very, very important in order to solve the problem, in order to understand the concepts and all. It is going to be most important important figure, right? This is the wastewater, right? And this is the receiving water body. Okay. Now, there are a few conditions when conditions favorable for dilution without any treatment. Now, when we can dispose the wastewater to the receiving water body without by not giving any kind of a treatment, when we can dispose such wastewater in when without any kind of a treatment, that we are going to study. The next topic is the conditions favorable for dilution without any treatment. By that means the wastewater, whenever we are going to dispose it, when there is no need of any treatment, that we are going to study. Right now we will see the conditions one by one by looking at this particular figure, right, when it is favorable. Right, by looking at this figure, we are going to study when we should not give any kind of a treatment. Okay, now first one is when the wastewater is quite fresh. When we are going to discharge the wastewater, when it is quite fresh, then and it should be discharged within 2 to 3 hours of its generation, then what will happen? Then we can directly discharge the wastewater by without having any kind of a treatment. Now within 2 to 3 hours of say when the wastewater is fresh, there will be no decomposition of this wastewater will be happening, and it is not going to have a high amount of BOD during the 2 to 3 hours of generation. So when it is quite fresh, when the wastewater, when it is generated itself, then by giving any kind of a treatment, without giving any kind of a treatment, we can directly dispose it to the receiving water body. Then where the floating matter and the settleable material has been removed, when the floating material and the settleable material has been removed from this wastewater, we can directly discharge it to the receiving water body without any kind of a treatment. Then where the water body is receiving water body is quite large in as compared to the discharging wastewater body. When the receiving water body is having a huge quantity of receiving water body as compared to the discharging wastewater, then we can directly dispose it without giving any kind of a treatment. Next is where the diluting water quantity is having a huge quantity of DO. When the diluting wastewater is when the receiving water body is going to have the huge quantity of DO, then we can discharge this wastewater into the receiving water body. Now, whenever there is a possible of a thorough mixing of both the wastewater and the receiving water body, then we can directly dispose it. Then where the wastewater does not, this particular wastewater, wherever you are going to dispose it, if it is not having any kind of the toxic elements, then we can directly dispose it to the receiving water body. Next is when we cannot give the conditions essential for before the treatment. Now, when the treatment is necessary before discharging this wastewater, when the treatment becomes necessary, that we are going to study right now. Now these were the conditions where we can directly discharge the wastewater without giving any treatment. Now we will discuss the conditions when the treatment becomes necessary, when we are going to discharge this wastewater into the receiving water body. Okay. Now, where the wastewater discharge is detrimental to the aquatic life, when it is detrimental to the aquatic life, we should give the treatment. Then, where the wastewater contains the high industrial waste containing the toxic substances, when it is going to have the toxic substances at that time, like the heavy metals like lead, chromium, right, iron, at that time we should give the treatment to it. Then where the volume of diluting water is insufficient, when the less quantity of receiving water body, whenever there is a less amount of water is there in the receiving water body, then we can then we should give the treatment. Then when the receiving water body is used for inland navigation, then we should give the treatment. Now, where the receiving water body is a source of drinking water, whenever we are going to discharge the wastewater to the receiving water body, and if suppose this receiving water body is not a source of water, then only we can discharge this wastewater without any treatment, or else the treatment will become necessary. When this is a source of drinking water, then whenever we are going to discharge the wastewater, then we should treat it. Okay. Where the effluent is not likely to be dispersed easily due to the tides. Okay, tides or the winds. So these are the different conditions when it is going to become necessary for the your wastewater disposal. Next is we will see what is self purification. Okay, now we will discuss regarding the self purification of stream. Right now, when we are going to discharge, what is the self purification of natural streams? Now this stream, right, when we are going to discharge the wastewater to the receiving water body, right, when we are going to discharge the wastewater to the receiving water body, the receiving water body, by its own it is going to get purify itself. That is nothing but we call it as the self purification of the natural streams. When I'll repeat, right, what is self purification? When we are going to discharge the wastewater to the receiving water body, now the receiving water body will be having both the wastewater as well as its own the receiving water body, both the quantity it is having. But this receiving water body, by its own it is going to get purified itself. Now it is both the wastewater and the receiving water, both the quantities have been mixed. Right now, after mixing also, this receiving water body, it is going to treat itself and it is going to clean itself. That is, we call it as an self processing or self purification of the natural stream. Okay. Now, when the wastewater has been discharged to the receiving water body by itself or by its own, it is going to be get cleanicize itself. That we call it as a self purification of the stream. Now we have in today's class we have discussed regarding what is self purification, what is method or what is wastewater disposal by dilution, then what are the different methods of wastewater disposal, and then we have seen when the wastewater has to be it has to be given treatment, right, before a dilution, and with and without treatment, when the conditions or when the wastewater has to be treated, that we have studied in today's class. In the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss regarding what is zones of pollution, right. We are in the tomorrow's class, we are going to study what is zones of pollution and what are the factors which is going to affect the self purification of stream. These are the two things that we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay, so thank you.